Have you helped someone today? How? If not, why not? I walked over to my neighbor's house with my dog and hung out for a while. His dog passed a few months back, so he likes it when I bring mine over and he gets to chill with him lol. Things suck right now, but I'm trying to not let it stop me from trying to be nice lol. The moment you stop being nice, everything doesn't matter anymore. And you are doing a great thing for your friend. Yeah, things are slowly getting more and more dire. Food is getting lower and lower. Things keep breaking. But being a cunt isn't gonna fix anything, so might as well just keep pushing on. A girl at the train station asked me if I had some change to spare, and as I did I gave her some. She said that my eyes are pretty, so I guess we re-even. A compliment from a girl has the power to make a bad day instantly epic. Straight facts, and everyone in our Ask Men agrees. Today I drove my sister to uni. Does that count as helping? Heck yeah. Maybe we think that an act of kindness has to be to a random stranger. But in reality, kindness shown to those around us, even family, is just as noble. This is the true meaning of charity begins at home. Any kind of kindness is kind. No, but I had someone help me. There was a thunderstorm in the place that I am currently touring, and I, being the stupid piece of seaweed that I am, forgot to grab an umbrella or raincoat. Drizzle soon turns into a torrential downpour and I am soaked, but I have to wait at the bus stop. Didn't help that the bus was late as hell, but to be honest, but I wasn't particularly bothered and had already resigned myself to a soaking wet fate, when this lady from the restaurant across ran over in the rain and passed me an umbrella for free. I tried to offer to return it later or pay some money in return, but she said it was fine and even apologized for giving me a small umbrella. God bless her. People like her remind me to stop being so cynical about the world we live in. What a great thing. Once I was driving back home with my wife and kids and we noticed a car by the road. 4 people were outside, man, wife and 2 kids around 6-10 years old. They were waiting for the tow in the rain. So I stopped and asked if they needed anything. The man politely said that everything was okay and the tow was on his way. The least I could do was give them 2 umbrellas that I had in the back of the car. The man was very nice and apologized, but the eyes of the wife showed me how thankful they really were. Not to be that guy, because what you've done was RLY nice, but couldn't they just have gotten back into the car, or was it a crash? I found out that one of my friend's mums had volunteered to foster children. A few months ago, after not hearing anything for months, she was contacted and told she would be getting a 5-day-old newborn in a few days. Whilst getting some money for fostering, she didn't have the provisions for a brand new baby. I just posted a bunch of my baby's clothes to her, some chocolate, and a card telling her how much I think she rocks. I certainly hope it helps. My friend and his wife just had their foster application approved yesterday and I am so excited. The husband, my friend, is so nervous though, but honestly these 2 were cut out to be parents. I'm so stoked for the man. CSNT waits to do the same thing when they finally get the call. Reversed an old guy's car out for him. Took the kids to the shops. Saw a car parked like absolute shit, over the line. Mentally said what an fucking idiot. Saw an old guy come to said car and open the boot as I was putting the kids in my car. I then see him looking at the car puzzled and trying to open the driver's door and then the passenger side. By the time I had the pram in, I realized he must have parked first and someone else has parked next to him, technically within their lines. I asked him if he was okay. He started to complain about how the other car had parked. Told him he was in the wrong, but if he wanted I could hop over from the passenger side, reverse his car out and straighten up so he could get in. He was all smiles and handshakes afterwards. You're the kindest person I ever met. I hope if my grandpa ever does a such a shit park he can't get in his car, some young whippersnapper helps him out. The other day, a man was going through the dumpster of my apartment complex. I was suspicious that he was looking for personal information, so I took my trash out to get a closer look and see what he was doing, ready to confront him if necessary. He was clearly homeless and was collecting cans to turn in for the deposit returns. It so happened that my girlfriend and I had about 4 trash bags full of cans, so I went down and gave them to him. He was overjoyed and immensely grateful. I think I saw him tear up a little before I went back inside. I love this because it's more like getting help with your job than being given money or food. Probably helps the guy's mental state a little bit, and every little bit helps. The best kind of charity is giving someone a job. Helped my friend to get his lazy ass to the gym. That is really cool. Keep him motivated. I wish I had a friend like you that wanted to drag me to the gym. It's scary to go by myself and I wouldn't even know what to do there, but I really wanna go. I donated to my friend's fundraiser twice, once under my name and once under a fake name. She would have known it was me if I chose to go anonymous the second time. I did it because I wanted to help her kickstart her fundraiser and giving her a little confidence boost. What's the fundraiser about? I've get €10 I'm about to spend on booze and seems like I could do something better with it. My dude. This tiny thing just made my day. This is an amazing attitude to have regarding money. Wow. Thanks, I kinda needed to see this today. I can spend $10 on the fundraiser, and another $10 replenishing your booze. I'm looking after my son's dog while he's in work. I have to spend a couple of hours drinking tea, cuddling his idiot dog and reading a book. I think he's actually helping me out. You forgot to pay the dog tax. Internal puppy service about to make a house call if you don't send 100,000 borkers in the next 5 minutes. Cuddling a dog is absolutely great for well-being. It decreases stress and blood pressure, releases oxytocin, and is just so incredibly relaxing. I think it's good for you people too, dogs. Mentioning that you're cuddling a dog and not posting a picture of said dog should be declared a crime against humanity. My sister did the same for me today. I called her to brainstorm what I could do with my dog today. Sitter cancelled last minute, and she was like, bring him to my place. I'll get him from there on my break and he can stay at my work until you get off. I have no idea what I would do without her. Not today, but a couple days ago, after a 14-hour night shift, I was driving home from work and saw a dog in the road. He had a collar, but no person, so I pulled over and tried to coax him to me with goldfish crackers, the only food I had left from lunch. Papa was wet and shivering. He went into the grass and hid. I called the police non-emergency number, but it was shift change on a Sunday morning and they ended up having to respond to another call. But then I noticed that the dog was sniffing around my car. I opened the door and stood back. Doggy hopped in and let me get close. I had the foot heater on, so he started getting warm. He had a tag, but it didn't have the owner's address, only the phone number. Called several times, but got no answer. Eventually, the calls went straight to voicemail. I figured she'd blocked my number because I don't have a local area code. Waited for the cop for a while, then looked up the police station and saw it was only about a mile away. I decided to drive there with the dog, who was curled up in the footwall with a sweatshirt. At the police station, I found a missing ad on a Facebook group from the owner. The cop tried to find her address, but couldn't. I eventually left the dog there as I had to get home to sleep. But the cop later took the dog to the owner's house and they were reunited. The dog had gotten out Friday night and been returned Sunday afternoon. Glad they got home safe, but why didn't they pick up the phone? You'd think someone who was missing a pet would answer a call from an unknown number. Especially if the phone number is in his collar. Yeah, actually. I saw my neighbor thrashing his dog while I was cleaning by bike and he was walking the dog from in front of my house. His dog saw my dog standing beside me and started running towards me with full force, and this man absolutely thrashed his dog for pulling him. It wasn't even normal hitting or light punishment. It looked like he wanted to kill the poor thing. I walked up to him and asked him to stop, and after a heated verbal back and forth, I told him I'd call the pet welfare services and he panicked and told me about his anger and temper problems and how he uses his dog as an outlet. That was about 2 weeks ago. I'm still in touch with him. I'm keeping his dog with me and I finally let him see her after he started therapy. I hope to give it back to him after he's on meds or something. I'm still wonder what would have happened if I didn't see that 2 weeks ago. I feel happy to have saved the dog from abuse and give my neighbor the courage to go to therapy. Was returning home from visiting a family member who was in hospital. I was waiting for the lifts and saw this woman who was having a meltdown there. People moved away and didn't want to intervene. She managed to make eye contact with me and a strong impulse made me walk over to her, put my arms around, hug her and console her. It was a while later when she told me that her mum had passed away a week before and that the previous night her sister had been in a major car crash. From experience, the most thoughtful gestures of kindness, the ones that stay with us forever, are the ones that are done quietly without a reward in mind.